Hi, my name is Jesse Zwick. I'm the writer-director of About Alex, and you are watching this on Screen Dreams on Viewtopia.
Where's Isaac? Is he up here yet with the new lady friend?
Why does Isaac think it's appropriate to bring
How was it inappropriate? I was this close to bringing a date. She canceled at the last minute. She had a thing.
I think we should have somebody with Alex at all times.
No, don't tell me that we're having a party in honor of my suicide.
Attempted suicide.
It's a combination of my college and post-college experience. There was indeed a close group of friends that I made there, and in many ways it was inspired by the efforts that we've made to maintain those bonds in the 5 and 10 years since we've all graduated and gone our separate ways. And the story itself is entirely fictional, but in many ways it was sort of a bit of a wish fulfillment of a scenario in which that would have sort of been able to bring us all together and what may have happened in that instance.
What are you gonna do with these pictures, huh? Post them on Facebook?
I don't know, maybe. Would that make you mad?
Busted. No one is judging.
How'd you sleep?
Fine, why?
I want to make sure you weren't being attacked. There's a lot of wildlife.
Oh my God.
Yeah, as a young writer-director with very little track record, casting was by far one of the most difficult parts of the process because in indie cinema these days it's often cast-driven whether or not you're able to put together the financing that you need. And I had an uphill battle in that I had to convince a bunch of very talented and experienced actors that they should trust me. I think there was an added difficulty in that it's a really pure ensemble film with 7 kind of equally sized roles, so you needed to find a group of actors who were all willing to sort of take a back seat at times and play off their co-stars, and basically a bunch of selfless people who just really believed in the project. The other thing, of course, when you're casting an ensemble is that every actor who was interested was very curious as to who they would be playing opposite and against, so that creates a bit of a catch-22 when you're first trying to make your first attachment. But once we did that, it actually, the momentum shifted and we were able to put together a really young, exciting group of actors.
What about Alex?
I thought he was with you.
Everybody, I thank you for your concern. Just please stop following me around.
We've been dancing around the main point of this trip all weekend.
Where were you?
That's my point. Where were any of us?
I know that it's unhealthy to need too much from people, and I've been working really hard.
Hey, Will's got enough people you gotta explain yourself to, right?
The big group, 7-people scenes where everyone's talking to everybody and there's a lot of exchanges, they were definitely some of the most difficult and sometimes tedious things to do, but they're the scenes that I look back on now with the greatest fondness. I think they have the greatest energy to them. And our DP, a really talented guy named Andre Lascaris, was very adamant for the most part that we shoot our night scenes at night in order to sort of provide the sort of depth and beauty of being able to sort of look deep into the field and not necessarily be faking it, you know, in the daytime. And as a result, we did about 2 straight weeks of night shoots on this film, and it definitely messes with you a bit. And one of the other challenges was that it was the middle of summer, so our nights were in fact closer to 8 or 9 hours as opposed to a normal 12. So there was definitely a lot of kind of racing against the sun rising each morning. There was one scene that we shot very late at night in the greenhouse, which then the sun started to rise on us and the birds started to chirp, and it was a sort of sound mess later to sort of edit out every bird chirp in between their lines in order to not give away the fact that it was actually morning.
Sorry, you know what this is like? One of those 80s movies where it's like a big group of people.
What happened to us? We got serious. We got a girlfriend.
Oh.
How come we didn't do more drugs in college?
You're not even 48 hours removed from a traumatic event. You're suddenly the center of love and attention, and you're feeling mildly manic and also oddly angry. Don't worry, though. You'll level off.
It's a little hard to compare my experience in the sense that it was very much my first experience in almost every regard, so I have very little comparison points to how it relates to any other movie. I definitely went in naively saying, oh, 20 days, we can easily do this thing in 20 days, and I definitely left feeling like I could have, you know, used 1 or 2 more. I thought the crew, while somewhat young and green, were passionate and such a great part of it, and I've maintained connections with several of them. As a director, it's kind of a little difficult to look back now because I think after you look at the material so much, all you tend to see are all the many things that you wish you might have done a little differently or little mistakes that you've made. So it's a little bit difficult for me to look at the movie now and just sort of enjoy it in a way, because I see the things I would love to have maybe, you know, done with the knowledge and experience that I have now a little differently. But mainly what it's made me do is just be very excited about the art and process of filmmaking, and very eager to get another opportunity to do it again and do it even better next time.
Judgment has a way of creeping into every relationship. If we're lucky, somewhere along the way we meet a few people who listen to us without criticism or reproach. We call those people our friends.
Let me tell you something about Bruce Springsteen, okay? Never trust anyone who is that passionate about the state of New Jersey.